Hey, 555ers, Andrew here with a simple, straightforward tabletop review, continuing on my quest to find the perfect fabric watch strap. And today I have Haveston straps to share with you today. They sent me for review a variety of their wares, which I graciously accepted and have been trying out now for a couple months. And although they did send these to me for review, I let them know that I was going to be perfectly forthright about the problems that I have with these straps, as well as talking about all the good things. So in this video, we're going to get into the things that I like about these straps, as well as some of the disadvantages or cons about these straps. And I think at the end, you'll see kind of where these fit in the spectrum of watch straps. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know about Haveston straps is that they have a variety of styles. They're probably most known for this canvas style of strap, which is a thick and very sturdy canvas. Let's see if we can get my camera to cooperate here. Here we go. So you can see this is an OD green. On the thickish side, and featuring a lot of stitching and details that make this strap just a totally different animal than, say, your standard issue NATO strap. They do have more mainline type of straps that feature what is kind of widely described as the seatbelt webbing style of strap, with these nice details like the two-tone colors and more standard hardware. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So, and then they also have some that are kind of more dressy, like this Parade Series strap. So one thing that you can see here straight away is that they have a big selection, and that's one thing that's I like about this company straight away is they're not a one-trick pony. They have a few different solid products, and they are trying to cater to kind of different types of watches. Not every watch you're going to want a big thick strap like this, and not every watch you're going to want a kind of more ornamental strap like this one. So straight away, that's one thing I like. Another thing that I like is that you get the best packaging on NATO straps that I've seen so far. All of them come in this very sharp Altoid tin box. If you're looking for a good strap to give as a gift that's reasonably affordable, your search ends here. They all come in these nice boxes, and they all actually come, and I apologize I couldn't keep myself from opening any one of these. They all come nicely wrapped in this paper that is all folded neatly and properly when you get it. And they all come with some proper instructions on how to install these straps. And so if you're looking for a very specific style of strap in a nice delivery, a nice package, that's one thing I also really like about these straps, is how they come in with a nice variety of tins and very professional typesetting, graphics. I mean, these are just cool looking, man. It's just cool. Every case has lots of details about what you're getting in each one of these. So if you were to order a bunch, you would be able to, be able to keep track of them and that kind of thing, which is nice. Sometimes the straps you'd order, say like off of Amazon or eBay, just the generic ones, you get no information on it. You sort of have to just figure out, what size they are, or if there's different configurations in the hardware. You're just up to kind of sorting through it to figuring it out. So that's nice, and in this case, you don't have to worry about that. Another thing that I like about these straps is they have a very nice weaving with the woven straps. So this strap model here is called the Heavy Carrier, and it features not only nice two-tone colors, but you can see that the weaving is just very consistent and nice. And the tips are nicely trimmed and waxed as well. And so these are all things that on a cheaper strap, there's just not going to be as much attention to detail. And this is also a soft strap. That's one thing that I like about this style of NATO. You generally want something a little bit softer. Again, you have tons of colors. This is another version of the Heavy Carrier. This one is in blue. And it is just a really beautiful strap. I actually, I think that this will really look great on my Seiko Alpinist Blue. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might go and install that on this. Anyway, so that's one feature that I like, is the high quality weaving in the woven straps. With the canvas straps, the thing that I like is that it's a relatively accessible point of entry for canvas straps. For some reason, canvas straps have been sort of uppriced. Some companies have sort of like legitimate excuse, like they're using old military canvas that was actually issued or something. But in this case, there's no pretensions about where the canvas is coming from, and you're getting these straps at a reasonable price. In fact, all of the straps, and this is one thing that's kind of nice about Haveston's, all of their straps are very logically and simply priced. They're all just $28.55 US dollars shipped. So there's no, like, you know, advanced calculus that you have to perform to figure out what you think your subtotals are going to be when you're ordering these straps. You have a nice round price for all of these straps, regardless of the style. Now, you might argue that not all of these straps are bringing equal value to the table for the price. For example, these seatbelt straps can be found elsewhere for cheaper, but that's not as true as the canvas straps. And in every strap, there are definitely some nice details that you're paying for, like the packaging that I mentioned, and the finishing of the straps, which in every case, these are all pretty nice. So I think the price, well, not fantastic, is not something that I can complain about that much. It's reasonable for sure. But by far the thing that is the most innovative or interesting or stand-outish about the Haveston straps is the way that they are actually installed. You may have noticed, if you haven't already, that these are single pass-through designs, and yet you are retaining sort of the some of the flexibility that you get on a full NATO strap. And each strap actually comes with some nice instructions, and this is something that's very important, because I'll be honest, I was kind of an idiot when I unboxed these initially, and I didn't read the instructions. And the whole point of these straps is that they've changed the actual placement of the watch head on the straps so that you get this central placement on all of the watches, which means that the watch strap wears a little differently, but in a way that isn't necessarily to the wearer's disadvantage. So I'll throw this Tudor Ranger on my wrist and I'll show you what I mean. All right, here we have my Tudor Ranger on my wrist with the canvas parade strap. Again, the nomenclature with these Haveston straps is a little obscure to me. And what you can see here is that it looks and wears like a single pass strap. It's not standing tall on my wrist at all, even though this is a thick canvas strap. And the buckle placement is easily accessible. It's kind of like where it would be if you were putting on a normal, like, leather watch strap. Another thing that's interesting here is that on this side, however, on the back side, let's just see how badly I can contort my wrist to get this to work. You can see here that we actually have double thickness. And this is because the way that they've engineered the strap is that there's actually a floating keeper here. This keeper right here, this keeper, is movable. So I could move it up or down depending on the length of this strap. So that's actually pretty significant, because it means that you don't have to worry about folding your straps, bending them over and kind of tucking them and stuff the way that you are often doing with regular issue NATO and ZULU straps. And so I've come to really like that. It's very quick and sort of normal, and there's not a lot of hassle about folding and stuff. The double thickness on this side is not something that you normally notice. You just don't feel the extra thickness on this side. It's not something that's in your eye line, nor does it really affect how the watch wears on your wrist. And so for that, I think that this is actual engineering advantage points that goes to Haveston compared to other NATO straps. If you're looking for a single pass strap that has an adjustable keeper and has the kind of specific ergonomics that this style of strap allows, then Haveston has a product for you. And At first I was kind of skeptical, thinking that like maybe this double thickness strap would be, I don't know, more noticeable or something than it has been, but it's been good. I like it. And it's true on all of these straps that it's really not extremely noticeable. So here we've got one of their woven straps here. This is their heavy carrier strap. And you can see again that single pass underneath the lugs, double pass here, or apparently double pass because what you have is just some extra fabric for a floating keeper. So I really like that design innovation, and I do think that it sets these straps apart from other competitively priced straps. You're paying a little bit premium at about 30 bucks for these straps shipped, but you are getting, in addition to nice materials, a unique design takeaway here, which I think is good. I really do like that. One negative for me, and this is admittedly a pet peeve of mine, but I get super OCD about fraying. I don't know, my wife will probably never make an appearance on a YouTube video, but if she ever did, she would certainly be able to verify that I am constantly trimming little fringes off of my clothes and doing sort of, I don't know, like near autistic spazzing out of this kind of stuff when it shows up in my apparel. And so as much as I like the texture and the thickness of the canvas straps from Haveston, the fact that these were fraying, and this is trim, this was probably about an inch of thread that came loose in some of these keeper holes. I was just losing my mind. I did not like that at all. So depending on you know, who you're giving these straps to, if you're giving it to someone who's a little OCD like me, that might be a factor to consider, because fraying is a real pet peeve of mine, and I'm I guess trying to be impartial about the fact that that's not true for everyone, but it was certainly enough to like make me wait to make this review for a little bit to see how badly these would fray, because if I had just shot the footage when I was having to trim these, I think I would have been very grumpy. So that's my take on Haveston straps. Love the presentation, the packaging, the graphic design that's gone into these boxes. I love how they're carefully wrapped, come with clear instructions. I particularly like the design innovation of the floating keeper, and there are a wide variety of straps, nice colors. On the negative side, the fraying was definitely a pet peeve of mine. I also think that they're a little bit on the pricier side at $28.55 shipped, but that's not totally unheard of either. So if you like the style and you like the innovation of the design, the price is probably worth it. One area for improvement, it's not really a negative or a positive, but one thing about this floating keeper is it is not really proprietary, and so actually when the strap is wrapped all the way through, there's still, even though it's holding the strap in, there's still a little bit of extra room there, and I don't know if you can see that very easily, but yeah, so like even when the strap is being held in by the second floating keeper, there's still an extra room. I would like to see this engineered a little bit thinner so that this is snugger, so it's not moving around. I think it would just give it a more secure feeling on the wrist. Another a 2.0 type improvement that I would like to see from Haveston is they do have branded buckles. And I really like their branded buckles, and in particular on their canvas straps, they also have a machined buckle hole. I don't know what the name of this thing is, I'm sorry. This piece of the buckle here is machined, and I really like that. But it is not true on their woven straps. They're just the standard thin stamped little inside part of the buckle here, and so that would be something that in my opinion could be improved on, is just going with the more quality machined buckle with the whole line. I think that would look better. It certainly feels better, and it just seems like a little bit higher quality part, even though in my opinion, like, it's not like that part's ever going to fail. It would still just be nice to see that little higher level quality, since you are kind of going to the mid-tier on the NATO strap market with this brand. All right, guys, let me know what you think of Haveston straps down in the comments below. Have you tried any of their products? Have you been frustrated with standard NATO design, again, where the head of the strap is kind of on one end and then you have to tuck it and all of that business? I guess it was a problem that I'm glad that someone has solved. It's not, you know, the end of the world, but it is nice to see that they thought of something cool and interesting as an alternative, and I like that a lot. This is for sure the NATO strap brand that I would be giving as a gift to other watch aficionados if I'm giving a gift like this, which at about 30 bucks, that's a nice gift for like a coworker or something like that. And I do think that so far the whole line has held up pretty well aside from the fraying. And I have worn these straps for a couple months now, some more than others, especially the canvas straps. You can see there's a little bit of creasing that's happening. On the seatbelt straps too, you can see that there's a little bit of creasing that will happen, but that's very par for the course with this style of strap. You have to expect that. I think that they'd be way too stiff or too waxed if that wasn't happening to a certain extent. These are fabric after all. And so overall, I recommend the quality of these straps. I like the presentation. I like the design innovation. Haveston gets a thumbs up from me, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what other strap companies I should be checking out, and I greatly appreciate you hitting subscribe if you're new here. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.